Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. Welcome back to my kitchen. We are meal prepping and I have great new recipes that are oil-free, plant-based, vegan. Some of them are gluten-free. And we're going to set ourselves up to be healthy this week and be happy this week. And I always like to have a little reminder sometimes that you should be very grateful for everything that we have. I know sometimes we go through some hard times, but I think that we just need to remember to be grateful for the little things in life, like a great cup of coffee. Anyway, welcome back. My name is Vicki-Lynne. This is my channel. I provide meal preps, grocery hauls, and I'm on a journey to lose weight, get healthy, lower my cholesterol, and move my body every day. So if that interests you, please hit that subscribe button. I would love it. I really appreciate it when you guys subscribe and come back. And if you are already one of my subscribers, thank you again for clicking on this, because it just warms my heart when I can share some information. I'm on a journey. I've lost about 70 pounds. I still have a long way to go, but we're going to do this together. We're going to stay consistent, and that is one reason why I film my meal preps and my videos, is one, to keep myself accountable, and two, because I love great food, and I love the fact that I've been able to cook basically oil-free for, I don't know, a year or two now. And again, don't get me wrong, you will see stuff on Instagram, whatever. I do try vegan restaurants, and you know, obviously some of them aren't oil-free. Just being realistic, just being honest. I do like trying it just because it's great that that's available to us. But 99 or 98% of the time, I'm cooking at home. I'm eating at home and trying, again, on this journey to get healthy. So today I have some great recipes for you. Today I am so excited about a couple of these recipes. We are going to make a delicious lasagna using zucchini as the noodle. I've done this before. I just don't know if I put it on a video and done the recipe on my website. So we're going to do that today. And with that, in that lasagna, we're going to make my tofu ricotta. We're going to do a basil one this time. Perfect. Going to add extra protein and substance. And in our sauce, we are going to make a bolognese sauce, which I have shown before, with lentils to bulk up. So this is a very high protein, low calorie density recipe. We are also going to do some potatoes. Go figure. Welcome. I am your potato queen. Wear my crown. Again, I can't go without potatoes. So this week, this is what I'm doing. I'm actually going to get smart this week. I'm going to do my potatoes in the Instant Pot, and we are going to do the Yukon Gold. I'm not going to peel them, but I am going to take a few out and use them for my cheese recipe, because I just finished using my cheese recipe in another new breakfast casserole that turned out fabulous, and I will be doing something with that in the future. And then the rest, we're going to make a potato salad, but a beet and potato salad. So if you've been around here, a few of my videos, you know, I have beets all the time. We love beets, and they are so good for you. They're liver cleansing. They are full of antioxidants, again, vitamin C, everything. So we do love having beets all the time. And so we're going to, I just thought, why not incorporate that? And we're going to zing them up a little bit. So stick with me for that. We're all set to go. Come to my kitchen, and welcome to my kitchen. Let's get cooking. All right, so I have my potatoes in the Instant Pot, and I have water. If you don't have an Instant Pot, I think you've been under a rock. I use my Instant Pot so much. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's get our potatoes going. Now, if I'm making my cheese sauce, I'm adding carrots. So I got smart. I don't know if I got smart or just finally wised up, but I'm throwing the carrots in with the potatoes, and they're all going to cook at the same time. Instead of like having a separate pot and cooking my potato and my carrot to make my cheese sauce, I'm like, girl, why aren't you just putting that all into the Instant Pot? So let's do that. I'm going to lock it, and then we are going to set it to manual. And oh yeah, I was cooking beets last night, so I already cooked my beets, and I cooked my beets in the Instant Pot just because so much easier. And I think 13 minutes is going to be perfect for those. Everything's going to be great. Don't forget to make sure that it is sealed. Very important. With that carrot, just going to take a second. Got my carrot scraps. I actually have like a little kitchen bowl when I'm cooking. I know Rachel Ray thinks she came up with that 20 years ago, but I'm way older than her and I've been doing that probably for 40. Anyway, I'm going to put those scraps into my broth that I keep in the freezer. So all of my vegetables, my onions, whatever I have, skins or tops, bottoms, whatever, mushroom stems, I put those into a plastic bag into my freezer. And when I need veggie stock, I just take it out, throw it into the Instant Pot and run it on like 30 minutes. And then you have this gorgeous broth. It's free, first of all, budget friendly. And you can control whether you have salt or whatever you want as opposed to what you buy in the store. All right, so we'll put that aside. So we're going to talk about the Instant Pot. If you don't have an Instant Pot, I don't know why. They are amazing and one of my favorite items. If I was stuck on an island that had electricity, of course, I would need an Instant Pot. I use my Instant Pot for everything. I make my soups in it. I make my stews in it. I do my broths in it. I cook my beans. So if you're on a budget and you're looking to save money, cooking dried beans is the easiest way. And the great thing about the Instant Pot is that when you're cooking dried beans in it, you don't actually have to soak them because of the pressurization and everything, it takes that, and I don't know what it's called, I should know, but it takes that little enzyme out of it that causes, you know, gas and bloating and stuff like that if you're eating too many beans. And I cook them up. I do a couple of batches all the time. So I'll do lentils, I'll do chickpeas, black beans, pinto beans. We're really in a pinto bean thing right now. We're doing like the pinto beans on the tortillas. So good. Top it off with cilantro. Again, one of our go-tos when we don't know what we want to eat. But I do a big batch and then I have whatever I'm cooking with it, or I just do them and put them in. And I keep reusing these bags over and over again. So I know about the bags, guys. I know about the plastic. I do have some of the reusables, but I don't have a lot. So when I'm making a whole bunch, but I do rinse them out and keep using them. And I'll do like batches and then I'll have 3, you know, Ziploc bags. And this is about 2 cups, just so you know. So I'll have like, you know, I'll get 3 or 4 bags out of that, put them in the freezer flat so they don't take up much room. And then once they're frozen, you can adjust them and put them any way you want. I do that with all of my beans so that they're always ready. Same thing with quinoa. I always cook a double batch of quinoa and then I have it in my freezer so I can use it whenever I want. So let's move on to our delicious, oh, so excited, lasagna. All right, so now for our lasagna, we have our lentils, we have our marinara sauce. We're going to zhuzh this up with some onions, some spices. We have our lemon, we have our tofu, that's for our tofu ricotta, and then we have our zucchini. Super simple. This is going to make a nice meal and you're going to be able to probably freeze one depending on how much sauce you make. So let's make this. So for your sauce, we're just going to put a splash of water in here because we don't cook with oil. We're going to saute our onions to soften them. Once your onions have cooked down and have softened slightly, they're just starting to brown. And at this point, you just need to be careful that they don't burn. But you can brown without oil. I'm just going to add just a splash of water just to make sure. Okay. Now we're going to add everything in. So I'm using a can of diced tomatoes. You could use crushed tomatoes. You could use fresh tomatoes. I'm just trying to keep this budget friendly and easy. You could have added garlic to your onions. I'm going to add garlic powder. I always take water and rinse the jar out. You want to get everything out of it. Another cost saver, you can add even more water if you need to extend this more. If you have a bigger family, you want more, you're still going to get all of the flavors. Now, we're going to add in some garlic, a couple of bay leaves. Now remember to take those out. Nobody wants a bay leaf. some basil, and I am going to use some fresh basil later, some oregano. You could use like an Italian blend. Again, keep it simple. I just happen to have, I love spices. I have spices for every kind of cooking. And I have a couple of great spice racks that I'll link down below for you. I'm going to add a little smoked paprika. I'm going to add in my lentils so that these lentils will cook with the sauce and absorb all those flavors. And that's it for the sauce. We're just going to let this simmer on low and have a good time. And then let that cook for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you can come back and check out your flavors, see if you need to change anything. We're going to get our lasagna noodles going. So you need your zucchini. I've cut off the tops and the bottoms and washed them. And then I'm using a mandolin. This makes this job so much easier. But you can cut them yourself if you can do them nice and thin. We are going to grill these. So now that we have our zucchini done, I only cut up one zucchini for now because there seems to be a lot. So I'm just going to see how far my sauce will go and how much I can make. I have one pan that I want to make. So we're going to grill if you have a grill, that'd be great. I don't, so I'm using this griddle, and I absolutely love this griddle also. So I will put that in my recommendations down below. And we just want to layer seasoning. You could do whatever you want. I would do, if you don't have, I'm just using like a garlic and herb blend. And if you didn't have that, just use garlic and maybe onion powder or whatever. But we just want to layer the flavors. And we want to kind of basically cook out any of the water because we don't want our lasagna to be just watery. So we're going to let these cook up. Now we're just going to turn these over. Just be gentle with them. And don't worry about any of those that kind of fall apart. They're fine. Now the next component that we need for our lasagna is our ricotta. And this is up on my website if you're interested. And I think I have a video. We're going to take a package of firm or extra firm tofu, totally up to you. We're going to add in 3 garlic cloves, some nutritional yeast, some apple cider vinegar, some of the zest and the juice of 1 lemon or half a lemon. I always start with a half a lemon and then check it out. Again, just depends on how juicy your lemons are. Sometimes they're not juicy. So again, use your taste buds. Now, if I wasn't doing like a basil one, I would put in a lot more lemon zest because I actually make this with just the lemon zest and not the basil. And I love that on toast. That's like my favorite on toasting. Juice of 1 lemon, or sorry, half a lemon for now. And salt and pepper to taste. I love fresh black pepper, so I'm probably going to put lots in. And we can't forget our basil. I keep basil growing in my place all the time. There's nothing better than fresh basil. All right, let's get this in. Now, depending on your food processor, we're going to process this till it's pretty smooth. So we are ready to assemble our lasagna. We have all of our components done. I always add just a little bit of sauce to the bottom, just so they don't stick. I'm just using a 8x8 for this one. And I'm probably going to do a couple of loaf pans so they're more single serve. But this one I'm probably going to be taking to a party. So you're going to layer your zucchini. And again, don't worry about it. It's all going to be good, I promise. Put in our bolognese. Now, if you didn't want to keep it plant-based or you wanted to use vegan mozzarella or whatever, you are more than welcome to do that. I am just trying to keep this low-calorie dense and plant-based, oil-free, and I'm just going to dab on some of the ricotta. It's nice and thin. I like it this way. Again, so good on toast or stuffed shells or whatever. So many good things on top of dishes. So you don't really have to spread it too much. You're going to go on with your next layer. You can overlap them if there's like little gaps in them. Use as much zucchini as you want. There's no rules to this. Again, play with your food, enjoy it. So I'm on probably my 5th layer. Don't forget to take out those bay leaves. Nobody likes to eat those. And I'm just going to be my finishing layer. And so I actually use 2 large zucchinis for this. They're all set. I am going to top this with some nutritional yeast. So just sprinkle your nutritional yeast on top. Now you could bake this now. You could put this in the freezer now because basically everything's cooked. You're just going to warm it through. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my God. I'm so excited to eat this, to be honest. We still have a ton of our bolognese left, so we could freeze that and use that next week in a meal prep. We have our ricotta tofu, also fabulous on toast or whatever. Make another pasta dish, stuffed shells, whatever. Mix in the ricotta, make it a creamy dish. You're all set. Okay, so those potatoes have cooled a little bit. I have these ones are still warm, so we're gonna add in our add-ins. I have celery and onions. We love radish, but you put what you want in yours because it's yours. And of course, some beets. I already cooked these. Again, I always cook them and have them chopped up for my salads and stuff. These ones I just diced a little bit thinner. More beets in this one. I'm going to add just a little sprinkle of garlic. You could add fresh garlic. You could, again, do whatever makes you happy. And then I'm going to add in some of the pickle juice. And we really like our potatoes to be warm so they're absorbed. I'm going to use some yellow mustard. And the star of the show is this sweet and spicy mustard. Again, this is a fat-free recipe. I'm using lots. My husband likes it hot. You want to refrigerate it, let it cool, let all those flavors meld. And yes, you're going to get like a pinkish tinge because of the beets. That's what makes it so cool. Okay, just going to give this a little try. That's really good. It doesn't need any salt. So that's the fat-free one. And then the little one here that I have, I'm just using Hellmann's vegan mayo. And again, depending on how much you're making, you just need a tablespoon or so. You could also use the tofu mayo that I make. I just didn't really honestly have time today. That's delicious. I am going to add a little bit of garlic salt and a little bit of salt and pepper. I mean, it is really good, but I'm just trying to make sure that it's amazing. Because that's what we deserve. There we go. All done. And now we're gonna make a delicious kale salad with a harissa and tahini dressing. Spices it up just wonderfully. I absolutely love, I've recently fallen in love with harissa and I kind of love it on everything. But we're gonna put it in this terrific kale salad that's gonna last for days in your fridge. Perfect for meal preps. And delicious, nutritious, and hearty, of course. So let's start with cleaning the kale. All right, if you've been around, you know this is my new handy dandy salad spinner. I am absolutely in love. Anyway, it's listed down below if you're interested, but it comes with a cover so you can actually make everything right in the container. So you can clean it and then take out the strainer part and then put your salad in once you dump your water, of course. So we're just going to peel off the stem. I'm going to chop my kale now before I wash it. And then I am going to massage it. Because, you know, we always want to be nice and gentle. Make our kale feel loved. Because we do love it. So we're just going to soak our kale. Let's put together our harissa tahini dressing for this salad while our while our kale is soaking. We're going to start with some tahini.
2 cloves of garlic, some fresh squeezed lemon juice, some black pepper, a little bit of salt, some nutritional yeast, about a tablespoon, and the star of the show is some harissa. I'm going to use like a generous teaspoon. So harissa, and it's hot chili peppers paste with herbs and spices. I got mine at Trader Joe's. Can you see that? And I used it on vegetables, and it is amazing. It really brings everything to life for sure. I'm going to add a little bit of water just to thin this out a little bit. And then we're just going to blend this until it's smooth, and then we'll check it and see if we need to add anything else to it. I am going to add just a little bit of water to thin it out because I do want it to coat the kale. We're just going to set this aside, and we're going to rinse our kale and get the salad all put together. So we're ready to assemble our kale salad after it was all cleaned in this new handy dandy salad spinner. I know, it's the little things that make me so excited. It's really good for herbs and everything else. So I'm going to massage the kale as best I can. So massaging the kale makes it more digestible, makes it less bitter, and it just helps to break down the fibers. And again, I'm having an issue with my thumb, so I'm just going to massage it the best I can. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to add the dressing. And I'm going to massage that in. Now we're going to add in our purple cabbage. And this salad is amazing. It has all the colors of the rainbow. I'm adding in some mini bell peppers in orange and yellow. You could add whatever color you want. Radishes, because you know here in this house we love our radish. Some purple onion, red onion, whatever you call it. And I'm adding in some dried cranberries. Even though they're dry, they're still plump and moist. You could add whatever dried fruit you want. And then just give this a toss. And your delicious salad is all ready. Look how beautiful that is. All the colors. It tastes so good. That harissa is amazing. Well guys, so far we have our lasagna done. We have 2 potato salads and the kale salad. I have a couple of extra potatoes left over and the cheese sauce. I didn't film the cheese sauce, guys, because I have a video and you see me do cheese sauce all the time. I change it up all the time, so just take that basic recipe and morph it. You'll have heard me say different things about what I use. Again, just you could change the flavors on that cheese sauce any way you want. I appreciate you staying to the end of this video and watching all of this. Don't forget, I do have links down below on some of the things that I use. Again, honestly, if you're vegan, vegetarian, or you're just trying to save money, an Instant Pot is the way to go. The next one I buy will probably have a yogurt setting because this one doesn't. But I've seen a lot of people making their own homemade yogurt. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoy all of these dishes that we created today. I think they're lovely. They are amazing with great flavors and really punched it all up here and there. So we're going to call it quits. We're going to do the egg rolls another day because this just seems like a lot of food to get through in the next few days or whatever. Don't forget, I have some links down below. If you don't have an Instant Pot and you're trying to save money, that is the way to go. Cook your dried beans and all of your, your vegetables, your soups, your stew. I think honestly nowadays you could live with an Instant Pot and an air fryer and you wouldn't really need an oven or whatever. But again, anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one.